creative, and fully developed artist in hip-hop. He's immensely talented, incredibly diverse, and over time, he's evolved into one of the most respected figures in music today. But it wasn't always like that. Early in his career, Tyler was known as the wild, controversial young man who said whatever came to his mind. No filter, no boundaries, and definitely no care for what anyone thought. He loved making people react. His edgy persona pulled a lot of people into his world, and he knew exactly how to leverage shock factor into building one of the most powerful fan bases in hip-hop. On top of that, he's always had a very polarizing personality. I mean, what can I say? Tyler loves pissing off old white folks.
What about him?
What are you saying in your lyrics?
Nothing. Shit to piss old white people off like you.
Tyler is honestly the kind of guy you either love or hate. And in this video, I want to go over some of his most controversial moments because he's obviously had a lot of them. Starting with the first one, the Mountain Dew commercial. Back in 2013, Pepsi was working on a new campaign and decided to tap Tyler the Creator for it. He created and voiced a wild, unfiltered character, a talking goat named Felicia. The idea was to be edgy, creative, and funny, something that would be congruent with Tyler's personality, but not everyone saw it that way.
Edgy new ad that has Pepsi apologizing right now. Critics call the online commercial for Mountain Dew racist.
The ad featured a white woman on crutches, standing in a police lineup room. The officer urges her to identify the suspect who attacked her. In front of her was a lineup of black men, and those men were Tyler's friends and fellow Odd Future members, along with the GOAT Felicia, voiced by Tyler himself.
All right, man, we got them all lined up. Nail this little sucker. Come on, which one is he? Point to him.
It's me. You should have gave me some more.
As the woman stares at the lineup, the GOAT starts taunting her with lines like, "You better."
Oh my god, that nigga used that voice on. It's this girl to the wanna be
Better not snitch on a player
and
keep your mouth shut. She panics, screams, "I can't do this," and runs out the room. Now the real question is, what happened next and why did this blow up the way it did? Well, after the ad went live, it quickly went viral, racking up millions of views online. While most people, including Tyler himself, found it hilarious, critics had a completely different reaction.
One
of these
bald black niggas.
Social scholar Dr. Boyce Watkins, who famously called it arguably the most racist commercial in
It's always the bald black niggas. It's such culturally not appropriate. Shut the fuck up.
history. He pointed to the fact that
I don't like
every
old
in the
niggas.
lineup was black, highlighting how it played directly
Especially
into
the bald
harmful
niggas.
stereotypes.
The ad features that battered waitress now on crutches being urged to identify
Like,
a
nigga,
suspect out of a line.
Fuck that nigga. Be on a Tyler Perry movie. That nigga need you to be a protagonist. Tyler Perry always had bald black men as a protagonist. Why don't you get cheated on in the fucking movie, bitch?
Of black men.
You better not snitch on a player.
This ad is destructive because
Like, his head is so bald. I love bald heads.
it further pushes forward the stereotype of black
I just
men
want to
being
palm
violent
it.
criminals.
The controversy quickly reached mainstream media, with many accusing Tyler of pushing racial stereotypes against his own people. Dr. Boyce Watkins added fuel to the fire, and it worked. His criticism put enough pressure on Pepsi to act fast.
Pepsi some bitches, but they sponsor me. I love them.
PepsiCo, the parent company of Mountain Dew, released a public statement, apologized, and had the ad pulled from all platforms, including the Odd Future YouTube channel. Tyler, of course, followed suit and took it down from the channel. This controversy didn't just go viral, it exploded. What started as one scholar's opinion sparked a ripple effect.
This
with
nigga
major
put
news
bed
outlets
sheets on
picking
him.
up the story and turning it into national conversation.
I have heard all kinds of sick, horrible
She bad. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, she bad.
jokes that I'm like, you know what? I hate it, but I also hate that I think it's funny.
Nigga said
This
tired
is
at the
not
moment.
funny.
And Tyler himself was, of course, not happy about the backlash. After the criticism started rolling in, he hopped on Twitter.
I'm surprised this nigga black. But nigga, you got a sky top. Restart. You look Somali. Nigga look Molly.
to defend the ad, claiming people completely misunderstood the concept. Tyler clarified that the woman on crutches was actually the same waitress who got attacked by the GOAT in a previous commercial, meaning the police lineup with the black men was a direct continuation of that storyline. Idiots, the lady in the new Mountain Dew commercial is the waitress that got attacked, retard, Tyler said. So Tyler was essentially trying to make it clear this
Damn.
wasn't just a random ad. It was part of an ongoing storyline with a build-up, and people completely missed the context. But despite his pushback, Tyler lost this opportunity that at the time would have opened up even more doors for him. The damage was already done, however, and the ad was pulled for good.
And now this turned into a big negative debate. Like, it my spirit up so much. Like, I was hoping that opened a door for me to do commercials for Fat Burger and then fucking Xbox.
Honestly, I don't really know how a funny ad.
Nigga, I ain't gonna lie. I need one Xbox commercial. I ain't gonna lie. I need one of those. I do one Xbox. What else do I want to do? I don't want to do GTA. GTA not important to me. I want to do at least one 2K like ad. I would do a 2K ad. Like, even though I don't play that game no more, I would do an ad because I grew up off of that shit. I need to get my money back from making all them fucking bills, nigga.
Featuring a talking goat. A white
Yeah, I
woman,
did that
and
refund
Tyler's
shit.
Friends, okay, which was a bunch of black dudes, right? Turned into a racial discussion. I mean, personally, I just feel like it's proof that when people are, looking for some.
I don't know. Is his beard a W or a L? Cause it's like how his beard is. Like, I don't even know how to like explain it. Like, his beard confusing to me. 200. Nigga spend light money, nigga. I'm trying to get an ad. But as I was saying, is his beard like what would you rate his beard out of 10? Chat. Like, out of 10, what would you rate his fucking beard? Cause I don't know. I give him like a smooth 6. I give him a smooth 6. Real life 6. That's what I'm gonna give him.
To be mad about,
6.
they see what they want to see. What do you guys think about this ad, by the way? Was this controversial? Was this racist? Aside from catching backlash for being a talking goat, Tyler's controversies, of course, don't stop here. We got plenty more to cover. Let's talk about the times he was actually banned from entire countries. Throughout his career, Tyler has been banned from entering several countries, and all of it stems from the same thing: his early controversial lyrics. The UK, New Zealand, and Australia have all taken a stand against him at different points, labeling Tyler a threat to public order because of the content in his music. Back in 2014, Tyler and his Odd Future crew were set to open for Eminem at the Rapture Festival.
Got a professional
in Auckland, New Zealand.
beard.
Everything was lined up, fans were ready, the energy was building, but just days before the show, the government stepped in. New Zealand immigration officials made a last-minute call to ban Tyler and Odd Future.
This nigga Tyler, the creator's life's been so hectic that it's like, if this nigga ever like decided to go on like a nigga live stream, like between Tyler, Speed, Aiden, Bruce, that's the only niggas. That's the only nigga, like, streaming wise, like Bruce, Aiden, and Speed. How them niggas got blackballed, unblackballed. Now niggas don't fuck with them. Now some niggas do. Like, yo. I feel like you gotta get hated to get love.
From even entering the country. And why, you may ask? Well, because they labeled him a potential threat to public order. In an official statement, Immigration New Zealand said Tyler had been deemed a risk to public interest, citing past performances where he allegedly incited violence. And now the question is, what exactly were they referring to? Like, what are you guys talking about? What the hell? They pointed all the way back to 2011 when Tyler was in Boston, or should I say Boston.
This thing be funny. He means I remember that famous Diggs meme where that nigga was just staring at his crowd and it's all white niggas. That's literally Tyler the Creator's audience. Until later on, until niggas start getting internet.
A record signing on Newberry Street. That day, he climbed on top of a rooftop and started hyping up the crowd. Things got out of hand pretty fast. One police officer ended up in the hospital with minor injuries, and a 13-year-old girl was arrested in the chaos. That incident ended up following Tyler for years. And in the eyes of New Zealand officials, it was enough to deny him entry entirely.
Damn.
If you're wondering why a portion of Newberry Street was closed this afternoon, here is your answer. Hundreds of screaming fans converged on Newbury Comics to get a glimpse of LA
I'll
rapper
be
Tyler,
shitty.
the Creator, and his alternative hip-hop collective, Odd Future.
So Tyler was standing on...
Nah, Tyler's too crazy. A cockroach? That's where I draw the fucking line. A cockroach on my hand, I'm drawing the fucking line.
the roof of a building in Boston, right? Hyping up the crowd and, egging his fans on to kind of, go crazy with him. To him, it was just passion, a raw moment with his supporters, but authorities didn't see it that way. Hundreds of fans filled the street, the energy turned chaotic, and things quickly spiraled out of control. And like we stated, according to the police, right, one officer ended up in the hospital, and then a 13-year-old girl, got arrested. That incident
How you
became
get
a key
arrested at
reason why
13?
New Zealand labeled Tyler a threat years later. And just like that, the country shut its doors on him.
So as you might expect, things got a little out of hand, especially when a couple of the artists decided to rile up the fans by jumping from roof to roof and yelling to the crowd.
Tyler responded to this by saying, OF is banned, Odd Future is banned from New Zealand again. They said we were terrorists, threats, and bad for the society, or whatever. Sick, they are anti-golf. And then in August 2015, not longer after the New Zealand ban,
I got a golf shirt in 2K. Just let you know.
Again, Tyler was scheduled to head to Australia the following month for his Cherry Bomb tour. He had shows lined up in Brisbane, Melbourne, and Sydney, but suddenly everything was cancelled. At the time, Tyler didn't say much. No explanation, no details, just silence. But behind the scenes, there was a lot going on. It later came out that Tyler's visa application to tour in Australia was under review. Now the question is, why was his visa application under review? Well, that's because a campaign led by a feminist group called Collective Shout, a grassroots movement that fights against the objectification of women in pop culture. They launched a petition directed at Australia's immigration minister, Peter Dutton, urging the government to deny Tyler entry. Their reasoning, his past lyrics, which they said glorified rape and violence against women, and his behavior during previous tours. And their campaign worked. Now, while Tyler was never officially banned from Australia, the pressure was enough to stall his visa, and instead of waiting around, he pulled the plug and canceled the entire tour. Once again, Tyler's past had, caught up with him, and this time it cost him a tour in the land down under. Less than 48 hours after the Australian news, another ban hit. Tyler officially canceled 4 more tour dates, this time in the UK and Ireland. No real explanation at first, just a tweet that read, "The canceling of the shows are beyond my control. Again, I'm not the type to cancel shows, only when it's legit not possible. Sorry again." Now the fans at this point, they're scratching their head, they were super confused, right? And this was for obvious reasons. Tyler was definitely holding something back, and just a day later he revealed what was really going on. Based on lyrics from 2009, I am not allowed in the UK for the next 3 to 5 years. The UK government had officially banned Tyler from the country, and their reasoning, lyrics from his early work, mainly Bastard and Goblin.
And that's when he dropped them other 1, 2, 3, ain't it 3 albums? Hold up. How many albums did he drop after that? Yeah, it's 3. Because it's Flower Boy, Igor. Yeah, then Chromacopia.
Which they claimed
Flower Boy saved his fucking life.
A spokesperson from the UK Home Office later said, "Coming to the UK is a privilege, and we expect those who come here to respect our shared values. The Home Secretary has the power to exclude an individual if their presence is not conducive to the public good." And Tyler, he just couldn't fight this. I mean, there's no winning this one, because when a country says, "Hey, you can't get in, you're not welcome here," okay? That's it.
Hold on, pal.
Okay?
You're not allowed.
He took the ban on the chin, no diddy, obviously, okay? And he just kept it moving. Now, lifting a ban like this isn't simple, but years later, Tyler being Tyler, he managed to make it happen, and explained how long and expensive the process really was. It took many layers and letters, much money and time. Then you get the official thumbs up. It was like, damn, finally. But it was so stupid to have to endure that. I got treated like a terrorist. And then New Zealand decided to, follow suit. And in 2019, New Zealand lifted their ban as well. A spokesperson from Immigration NZ said, "Mr. Okonoma is no longer deemed to be a potential threat to public order and the public interest." That same year, Tyler finally entered Australia as well after his visa application had previously been under scrutiny. After years of being labeled a threat across multiple countries, he was finally free to go in, and so that's what he did. Aside from getting banned from countries and all the Mountain Dew drama, Tyler also has a long history of controversy.
Bro, I'm fucking losing my mind. I have something in my tooth and I can't get it out. And
controversial tweets. And, some of them are just very wild. They're very crazy, so we gotta talk about them, okay? Tyler's always used social media as a way to express his raw, unfiltered personality. A lot of times he's used it to defend himself, but other times it was just him saying, a bunch of shit for like no reason, right? Over the years, especially after Flower Boy dropped in 2017, Tyler's fan base has been growing extremely fast. With that growth came a lot of new fans who haven't been that familiar with the older version of Tyler. And like clockwork, every time his name starts trending again, people start pulling up his old tweets, and suddenly there's a conversation going viral about whether or not Tyler should be canceled. And let's take a look at some of those tweets, shall we? Starting with one about Selena Gomez, which might be the most controversial set of tweets he's ever posted. Back in 2010, right after Selena turned 18, Tyler tweeted the following: "At Selena Gomez is now 18, so she can now legally take my DNCK and her and then a few months later, that same year in September, he said, hashtag, since we're being honest, Selena Gomez is gonna take my DNCK, even her money." By the way, I can't really say these things out loud because, YouTube be bugging, so read in between the lines. I just want to F Selena Gomez in her fucking mouth. And then in February 2011, he said, "I want to F Selena Gomez in her mouth." And then that same month, he decided to tweet at Selena Gomez. And this is what Tyler said: "I am going to F the shit on you." Now, these tweets weren't exactly seen as that controversial at the time he posted them. First of all, Twitter was in a completely different space during that time, and leading with this type of shock value wasn't so uncommon. Also, on top of that, Tyler wasn't that famous yet. He was another edgy internet rapper with a decently sized cult following, yes. However, the entire world wasn't paying attention to Tyler at that point. But of course, he was very big within the internet space. However, as Tyler's career started to take off, the tweets kept resurfacing, and the backlash got louder every single time. As for the tweets, by the way, Tyler was 19 years old when he said this, so he wasn't, some reckless 14-year-old just trolling on Twitter. Tyler was a grown man. He was 19. And even though his whole brand, during that entire era was shock value and chaos, there's really no defending this. Personally, I think these tweets were vile. Selena was a complete stranger to him. They had never met. She had just turned 18, and for him to, say something that graphic about her, continuously over and over again, to me, it's disgusting. No way around it. And honestly, I can see why people keep bringing these tweets back up. A certain part of Tyler's fan base might still...
Nigga just say 19. Nigga made jokes at 19. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really take a nigga serious until they 25. That's when a nigga lost cause. like I feel like we need to, as a society, we need to put an age to when it's like, alright, nigga, why you saying this shit? Cause niggas were, Speed was 17 and niggas were treating him like an adult. Twitch was banning him for saying all this shit about Ash Cash. Come on, man. Niggas gonna learn. And yeah, niggas need to learn, but sometimes you just need to teach the nigga too. Damn, I heard Twitch be doing the fucking quizzes. Nigga be on Google Docs answering questions. Now, is it okay to say fuck this community? Yes, no, only if I'm mad or if I'm joking. Yo, this shit is sickening.
Laugh it off, but I think most fans today would agree that wasn't cool then, and it definitely isn't now. What's even more interesting is what happened sometime after these tweets. In 2011, Tyler won the Best New Artist at the MTV Video Music Awards. And who was presenting the award? Well, coincidentally, it was Selena Gomez, alongside Taylor Lautner. When Tyler's name was about to get called, you can catch a quick look on Selena's face, almost like she was surprised or even slightly uncomfortable to see his name on that paper.
For Best New Artist goes to...
Tyler, the Creator.
And it's really
I know she was bad as fuck. Yeah. When an edgy nigga gets love, anybody that, if you say anything towards someone, you're getting, them niggas are mad that you're winning.
subtle, because you gotta look really closely. It looked like her expression said, wait, this guy who is saying all these crazy things about me is coming up on the stage? Can't say for sure what that look or tone meant, but considering those tweets, it definitely felt like it meant something. Now fast forward to 2013, over 2 years after the tweets, Tyler revealed in an interview that him and Selena Gomez didn't get along behind the scenes. I wonder why that is, sir. I wonder why. Tyler also doubled down.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. If we really gonna take 19-year-old Tyler serious, this the thing. This is hypocrite shit. If you gonna take a nigga serious at 19, then you gotta take yourself serious at 18. Or when you turn 19, you gotta take yourself serious. Like, come on. Stop hypocriting, nigga. Stop hypocriting.
Down in that same interview saying again that he would F her till no tomorrow.
I'm gonna keep it honest. I will Selena Gomez like it's no tomorrow. Nah, we don't really get along. No, we don't like each other.
But the Selena and Tyler saga doesn't end there. First off, Selena Gomez never publicly responded to those tweets. She stayed completely silent on the situation. Years later, however, in 2021, after the release of his album, Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler finally circled back to this and apologized to Selena. He did it on the song Manifesto. I was a teener, tweeting Selena crazy-ish, didn't want to offend her, apologized when I seen her, back when I was trying to FB her. So this was the first time Tyler publicly addressed the situation. He acknowledged the tweets, claimed that he apologized in person, and, said what he said about, Bieber. I mean, the guy's, apparently he's bisexual, right? Aside from the controversial tweets, let's talk about what might be Tyler's most infamous moment of all. And it wasn't a tweet, it was a lyric. Tyler's always been known for saying wild, shocking things in his music, and over the years, he's gotten a ton of backlash for it. But if we're talking about his most controversial lyrics ever, there's one line that pretty much tops them all. I'm sure you
the pregnant one.
Guess, okay? Now, it came from the song Troncat. Troncat is a track from Tyler's Goblin album, which dropped on May 10, 2011, and it contains what's easily one of the most infamous lines of his entire career. Grape a pregnant man and tell my friends I don't know something. So yeah, that line pretty much
Yo. Niggas be getting mad at Tyler, but dead ass there be niggas beating on bitches. Your favorite rapper beats on bitches. Your second favorite rapper does drugs. Your third favorite rapper hangs around kids. Wow. I learned like all this rap shit don't matter. Like I just listen to your music. After I learned about what Uzi was doing to his girl at the time, it was like, I like your music. I'm not a fan of you as a person, but your music's fire, bro. But then it's like, bro, you really learn like they ain't do that shit to me. I'ma still fuck with you.
Her career. Grape a pregnant man and tell my friends I don't know something. So yeah, that line pretty much
I'ma still fuck with you.
I can't like vocalize it on here, right? To this day, this is hands down one of the most quoted and most criticized.
Unless niggas got Ian Connor allegations. Ian Connor allegations are crazy. Unless that nigga's giving me that fucking ASAP Yams poster or something. ASAP Yams like something that generational. Nah, I ain't fucking with that nigga. That nigga Ian Connor got what is it? 44, 34? Allegedly?
Lyrics Tyler has ever written. It's followed him throughout his career, resurfacing time and time again, and each time it's brought a fresh wave of backlash. People have called for his cancel.
Tyler, the Creator, calls people mad racists, hoes, and bitches after they criticize him for his lyrics about blame a pregnant woman and tweets about sexual encounters with Selena Gomez.
More times than you can count, and it all traces back to that one bar among a lot of other bars, of course. Now here's the thing, anyone who's actually listened to Troncat knows what the song is really about. The point wasn't to promote anything, it was to say the most outrageous, offensive things imaginable. Not because Tyler believed them, but because he knew it would get a reaction. That was Tyler's whole gimmick early on. Shock value, pure chaos, and pushing boundaries, just to see how far he could take it. And it worked. He built a cult following off that formula until everything started to shift with Flower Boy. Now to be fair, Troncat is a song that actually has a deeper concept behind it for anyone who didn't know. The character Troncat, which is where the title comes from, represents
like some
Tyler's
mentally
inner
ill
voice
nigga.
for his darkest thoughts. It was essentially his conscience personified, telling him to do horrible things. So there is a twisted narrative being told here. For what it's worth, it's not just him saying all these things for the sake of it. There's a purpose behind it. As to whether or not, Tyler should be canceled for this, that's a personal opinion.
I feel like niggas be acting so pure, but it's like in your fucking head. Sometimes it be the most fucked up person you'll ever meet. I don't know why either. It just be some of the most fucked up things you'll think about.
And I'm sure you might feel one way and, another person might feel another way, right? Now, me personally, I think this falls under separating the art from the artist. Anyone with a functioning brain, to put it bluntly, can of course...
This nigga, I think he tried to match the comb to his skin tone. His fit probably hard right here.
Recognize that Troncat is meant to serve as a piece of dark, controversial entertainment, not a literal call to action. Unlike, let's say, when Tyler tweeted about wanting to F Selena. Now, that right there wasn't art. I mean, that was just public harassment.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of niggas would want to fuck Selena. During that time? Selena Gomez during 2011. Get the fuck out of my face. Talking about something that's harassment. Man, get these 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds in jail. Nigga, I wanted Selena Gomez when I was like 6. He's talking about, I ain't gonna lie.
But with Troncat, as controversial as the lyrics are, it was still within the realm of performance and character-driven storytelling. Ironically enough, that song actually ended up becoming the very thing that triggered the UK ban. It wasn't just Troncat that got him banned. They specifically pointed the lyrics from multiple songs, including VCR, Blow, Sarah, Troncat, and French. The UK government cited their Home Office policy on behaviors unacceptable in the UK, a set of rules originally created to keep suspected terrorists out the country. In a letter addressed...
Now, you really feel like he was going to do some danger to y'all? Taco loves dick.
To Tyler, the Home Secretary explained that his presence wasn't considered conducive to the public good. They claimed his lyrics could potentially promote hatred or even spark violence between communities. Now, the letter went even further, saying that his early albums, Bastard and Goblin, were centered around a mentally unstable alter ego who graphically describes abuse, rape, and murder, and that the content could be seen as glamorizing that behavior. So yeah, it wasn't just internet backlash. I mean, this was, the government, like the UK government stepping in and, drawing a line, all because of...
These niggas need to worry about all these niggas with shanks and shit, saying, quarter nutter body on my knife.
What he put in his music. To me, one of the most intriguing things about Tyler, the Creator, is despite his controversial career, how far he's actually been able to make it in the music industry. This guy came up with no filters, became a huge success in the industry, and he managed to build one of the most solid fan bases in the game, arguably, of course. He simply succeeded despite all the controversy in his career. One of the reasons why I think people rate him so high, despite everything, is because of his character and artistic development. Starting from where he started, it's crazy that Tyler actually made it to this level. I mean, these days, he's really grown into something special, and despite his flaws, you can't really deny the growth. It was just never really clear from the looks of it that Tyler was gonna become what he's became today.
Nah, you ain't
better or worse, depending on if you're a fan of him. Let's just say that Tyler, the Creator, despite all the controversy he's been involved in, has become one of the strongest forces in the music industry. Anyway, if you made it this far, that means that you probably enjoyed this video, so I would, appreciate a little like, okay? If you're new here, my name is Blackie Speaks.
I'm surprised Blackie Speaks is actually black.